In this session, we explore the thought God holds of you through the lens of A Course in Miracles. Our aim is to clarify its dual view of reality, the world of perception shaped by the ego and the changeless reality of spirit. We will use this framework to deepen understanding and support practical, contemplative application. Here we examine the tiny mad idea of separation. In this model, God's creation remains unified. Separation is not an event in time, but a mental distortion. The ego arises from the belief we can exist apart from our source. Separation is therefore a decision not to know ourselves, rather than an actual break from God. This diagram outlines the split mind. The superconscious represents spirit, unchanging and certain. The conscious level is where perception and choice operate, often dominated by the ego. The subconscious holds impulses and is the origin point for miracles. Consciousness here is a neutral perceiver, not a true creator. A key distinction is between making and creating. The ego makes through projection, building a fragmented world of separate bodies, scarcity, and conflict. Spirit creates through extension, the law of sharing what has value. When we extend love rather than project fear, the result is experienced as abundance and peace. We now compare two thought systems. The ego originates in the belief in separation, fueled by fear and guilt, operating through projection and scarcity, and culminating in conflict and specialness. Spirit originates in God, grounded in perfect love, extending infinite abundance, and leading to peace and universal equality. The veil of perception describes how the ego protects itself. It constructs a world of limits, sickness, and separate bodies, then uses selective perception to highlight error and hide truth. This shows up as the illusion of needs, the drive for specialness, and the belief that the mind, not God, is its own creator. A miracle is defined as a shift in perception. The ego analyzes motives, fragments reality, and justifies attack. The Holy Spirit instead looks beyond error, overlooking what is unreal and seeing only a call for love. This reorientation reveals equality and innocence, and is the one action that transcends all orders of difficulty. Here we consider the collapse of time. The ego's delay assumes the past dictates the future, sustaining guilt and repetitive learning. A miracle introduces an out-of-pattern interval, a vertical shift in perception. By recognizing equality between giver and receiver, it collapses time and saves what would seem like years of effort. Practicing the holy instant involves 3 steps. First, suspend all judgments, grievances, and anxieties. Second, relinquish defenses, recognizing they actually preserve what they oppose. Third, receive the light, allowing awareness of limitless relationship to replace body-based perception. In this instant, heaven and earth converge. This slide returns to the central theme, the thought God holds of you. It is changeless, whole, and limitless, unaffected by time or mood. Separation is likened to a cloud before the sun or a ripple forgetting it is the ocean. Our task is not to build a new self, but to cease believing in the clouds that obscure this fact. We contrast the scarcity fallacy with true abundance. The ego's hierarchy of needs implies lack and fragments the mind, driving restless acquisition. In contrast, truth is inherently abundant. Because the thought God holds of you is already whole, there is nothing real to obtain from outside, eliminating driven, compensatory behavior. The journey moves from wrong perception to knowledge. Wrong perception believes in ego, fear, and fragmentation. True perception, or the real world, is the Holy Spirit's vision that forgives illusion. Knowledge itself is absolute and beyond perception. Miracles straighten perception, preparing the mind for the direct awareness of truth. We conclude with the final vision. The work is not self-construction, but removal of blocks to love's presence. God's thought of you remains perfect and benign. Practically, this means teaching only love, forgiving the illusion by looking past clouds to light, and resting in certainty. Nothing real can be threatened. In this is peace.